Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Otta with FedScoop TV, and today we're at the Public Sector Innovation Summit, and I'm talking with Janice Glover-Jones, the CIO of the Defense Intelligence Agency. Janet, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Greg, for inviting me.
So, to start off, talk to me about the top three priorities you have this year.
Yeah, so when I look at my priorities, my primary responsibility is to provide a secure, reliable network that supports our warfighters. So that means getting the data that they need on time, as well as access to other data and applications that they need. And when I look at that, I would say that there are areas that I'm focusing on, and there's some areas that also there are sub-priorities to the priorities. And so one of the areas that I'm focusing on is making sure that I have optimized our IT infrastructure to the maximum extent possible. So I have a big effort of looking at where we need to optimize, where we need to modernize our infrastructure, moving into a hybrid architecture. I'm going into iSight, and that's our cloud environment that the IC is transitioning to. But I will also have a hybrid architecture, and so with that hybrid architecture, making sure that they are that there is synchronization between the two, interoperability between the two. So a big push on that. I'm also looking at continuing to transition into iSight. So as I move data and apps into the cloud, as I look at our desktop, as we look at the security component of it, adopting those security elements of it that will make our data more secure and our networks more secure, continuing with that is a big priority for us, as well as migrating the rest of my user base to the IC-wide desktop environment that I partner to deliver with NGA. So that's another priority. And then another one is I'm doing a big workforce development initiative.
Very
I'm looking
important
at
right now.
it's very important. I'm looking at, as we move into this digital environment, we're already here. So in some regards, I'm already late. But I'm looking at what are the skills that we need in the future? What is the workforce? How do we recruit and retain those? Changing the culture of leadership. It's different in how you lead millennials than how you would have led the baby boomers. And so I got 4 generations in the workforce today. How do I get them to team and to partner together? Also looking at succession planning, because I have a large percentage of my workforce that is currently eligible for retirement, and even more will be eligible in the next 5 years. So thinking ahead, what is digital going to look like? What does it mean for our warfighters and our policymakers that have to make the decisions? What does it mean for them, and what should we be anticipating, and what is the skills that I need moving forward?
So, you have a lot on your plate.
Just a
busy
little
year.
bit. Yeah.
What technology or policy innovation has had the biggest impact on your job so far this year?
This year, I would say is, again, keeping with security, but I have several secure wireless pilots that are going on.
Interesting, okay.
Which is a huge cultural change as well as a policy change. So we're looking at how can we do secure wireless within our buildings and organizations, and what are the defense mechanisms that we have going on. So I would say that's one of the biggest ones from a policy standpoint that I'm moving into right now.
Okay, very, very interesting. Name the number one way you're driving innovation across your agency.
Okay. So I look at it as multi-pronged. I don't have one way, because I believe that innovation, you have to create a culture of innovation. And so to create that culture, one of the things that I do is I define it more than just buying the latest piece of technology or the latest piece of software. What I'm challenging my staff, my leaders, all the way down to the lowest level of the workforce is that you need to think about innovation and how can you use the tools and technologies that you have today in a different way, connect dots that you haven't connected before to yield a different result that provides value to it. And so I have multiple things going on. I've created a culture club, whereas if you think about self-organizing, if you think about grassroots, it's all self-voluntary. I didn't give them a whole lot of parameters. I'm asking you, self-form, you tackle a problem, you look at how can you be innovative in providing a solution to that problem. So we have that. We also have what I call a PODS initiative, where I have data scientists along with mission partners, whether it be an analyst, whether it be a collector, whether it be a S&T, whether it be a human resource specialist. And they're sitting with developers. They're looking at a particular problem set, and they're going through in 2-week spins using DevOps and Agile development and seeing how can they solve the problem, or how can they fail fast, and what can we learn from that failing fast. We're also looking at, like I said, I challenge my workforce on some of the day-to-day solutions. So let's say we need to engineer a new VTC suite, video teleconference suite.
Okay.
I look at them and I said, don't do it like we've always done it. I
Find
want
a
you
new
to
way.
find a new way to do it. And if they come back in the room and they haven't done that, I send them back out. So it takes time, all of it, and it takes allowing people to think, creating a space for people to think. You know, internally, I told my CTO I want to do a hackathon internally to our organization here. I want to crowdsource a problem for us internal to our organization. And so I'm bringing some of those ideas and innovations in there. So I view it as multi-pronged because it's not a one size fit all.
So, okay, with everything that you have going on, it comes at an interesting time. We're just months away from an administration ending. How does that transition affect your initiatives inside your
Yeah.
agency?
I think some of those that if I don't do this, we won't be successful in the future. So I don't see the administration change affecting a lot of what I'm having on. The potential that it could affect is the eyesight architecture, but even with that, I think we're so far into eyesight, it would be hard to make a big, huge change to that. And so I don't see it changing. Will I get probably some new priorities? Probably so. But that's with any administration change.
Well,
And yeah.
very, very interesting conversation. You have a lot on your plate, and I'm eager to see how everything pans out.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Alrighty.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, check out fedscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.